There are a ton of secrets revealed in the Summoner's War art book, and today we're going to be looking at more skin concepts that were lost in design. The Beast Riders were released on December 13th of 2019, and they've quickly become a favorite family. As stated in their opening paragraph, the Beast and Beast Rider grew up together and have an unbreakable bond. And that beast has taken many forms in transmogs already. It's been a wolf, a mythical lion dog, and a wyvern, but the craziest iterations were left behind. This concept is probably an early design for what eventually became the Wyvern Commander skin. In these initial drafts, the Draconic Companion was meant to be far larger, and this version was a more traditional approach to a wyvern. Notice it only has 2 legs. Compare that to the scaled down final version that has 4. How to train your beast, am I right? It seems like the design team has been wanting to pair the Beast Rider with a dragon for a long time. It definitely feels like the next logical step for the family. And this one is a much rounder, cuter alternative to the sharp and battle-ready companion that we see in the aforementioned Commander skin. Very unlike a dragon, pairing the Beast Rider with a polar bear is a really cool option for a winter transmog. Though it's not necessarily festive, it's still the perfect aesthetic. I like the one we got, but the bulkiness of the polar bear feels distinctly different from anything we've seen in game. And it's so cute that this one's gotta be my second favorite here. I don't know exactly why this one didn't make it past this phase, but it could be that the size of Masha or any Beast Rider stacked on top of this thing could have blocked your view of team members beyond it. I'll pair these next two together. It looks like the design team had plans to pair the Beast Riders with a Manticore. The main difference between these two, save for the spear and outfits of the riders, was the size of the beast itself. In the one featuring Barbara, she stands just over eye level with her Manticore. Gianna's, on the other hand, towers over her and feels more imposing. I'll save my personal favorite for last, but here's another cool concept. Instead of the usual panther, the beast is a horse spirit. Something like a Kirin, but not quite. Maybe someone in the comments can point to a source for this design. But I think what really stands out here is the rider herself. She wears a mask that echoes the look of her mount, a flowing kimono, and a much more elaborate spear. Maybe that's why this stands out to me. This is one of the few where the Beast Rider is given just as much attention as the beast. Alright, my favorite design is definitely the furthest from what we know about the family. This time, she's riding not on a beast, but on the shoulder of a tree giant. Both the tree companion and Savannah are sporting flower crowns, which is a nice touch. Her ride is covered in moss, viney drapings, and sprouts on the forearms. This is such an inspired design, and even though I may not get to use it in-game, I love that it exists, because it shows the creativity and willingness to push boundaries of the team that created it. Next, let's look at the Occult Girls. Right away we see Rika superimposed over an early sketch of the family, but something really cute can be found just next door. It seems like the Occult Girls were originally planned to hold onto a plushy version of a Howl. And that's a very cool detail because it almost hints that the Occult Girls are summoned from the same place as our favorite little ghosts that aren't the actual ghosts. And then that means that maybe some monsters share a starting point. Given that information, what monsters do you think could have come from the same place? Maybe Jokers and Purettes, Archangels and Demons? The Sky Surfers, Robos, and Battle Angels? Those original plans keep going as we get a row of concept sketches. I think these are drafts for the fundamental look of the family rather than transmogs because they don't necessarily explore different aesthetics. Rather, the theme seemed clear from the start. A subtle creepiness featuring spiderwebs, skulls, etc., and it looks like the umbrella was a pretty consistent accessory too. The first is definitely anime inspired. I'd say Sailor Satellite should be safe from a copyright strike. I love that the bear has so much personality in her skins. He seems to think he's a hero too with his little cape on. And in this one, he's a sheet ghost carrying a candle. So would that mean that she's holding his body? That's pretty macabre. Perfect for her. Next, we get a look at the parts that make up her Night Lady skin. What's interesting though is that the paragraph here reveals that the bear may actually be more malevolent than we thought, saying the teddy bear is cute, but it's not 100% good-hearted. Whether they're colleagues or bound by a contract is up for us to interpret. Next, we get a concept art for one of the most popular skins in the game, the Sleepy Occult Girl transmog. Rika even appears in this transmog for her most recent figure. It was the first one that brought the teddy bear into the real world. Before this, he only appeared in skill animations. Well, based on the description of the Night Lady skin, maybe he should have stayed there. The Sleepy Girl transmog concept show the bear floating overhead, holding her umbrella, which bears a striking resemblance to him. And there are a couple others with a panda and rabbit motif, but I think ultimately they decided that less is more, yet again. And they landed on the iconic skin that we have in-game. The beach and marine girl skins both make an appearance, but my favorite detail is in the sketches that show Annabelle and the bear walking side by side, drinking milk together. The glance depicted here ended up making it into the game. Let their idle animation play for a second and you'll see it. Next up, let's look at the Oracle family. We're gonna jump straight to what many consider to be her best skin, the Enchanted Lady. Well, maybe Archmage is cooler, but it's much harder to get a hold of that one. We get some profile shots here along with a closer look at the hairpiece. The Beach Girl transmog went through several iterations before landing on the one we get to use. Her held accessory changed quite a bit over development. She holds a pinwheel in one, an umbrella in another, a palm frond, and even a tambourine, which frankly kinda makes her look like a chakram dancer if she's not interacting with it. Still at the beach, but this time with locomotion, it's the lifeguard skin, featuring a jet ski. Though there are no different iterations here, it's fun to see the 2D sketches that eventually became the 3D model we get to play with. What skin is your favorite from each of the families? But I'm mostly curious about your favorite Beast Rider concept. If you like this, there's tons more in the Summoners War art book. It's available on the Come To Us online store, linked in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye everyone.